here we are at Cambrian Hall as the giant chandelier provides light for what should be a fantastic showdown. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody around the world, the fighters. This is just one of those things.
And now it's time for our tale of the tape. Muhammad Ali. He stands 6'3" tall with a 78-inch reach. And he'll be taking on Smokin' J.FRAZIER. He took part in the greatest boxing trilogy of all time with Muhammad Ali. He defines the words Philly fighter.
Remember, there's a shorter reach here, so now they have to slip inside and use the speed, use the proximity, and that timing to time off the long jab that comes in to jump over the top. It's about skills now. Skills will pay the bills.
Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time, fighting out of Louisville, Kentucky. Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Smokin' J.FRAZIER, his 3 battles with Muhammad Ali, perhaps the most famous the sport has ever seen.
Look at this, these fights are so up for it. Look at that.
And now we toss it up to the world-renowned ring announcer, Mr. Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, here is the Olympic gold medalist and legend of boxing, the only 3-time lineal heavyweight champion of the world. He floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee, the one and only, the greatest, Muhammad Ali. Fighting out of the blue corner, the Olympic gold medalist from Beaufort, South Carolina, the Hall of Famer from the golden era of heavyweight, a heavyweight champion of the world, Smokin' J.FRAZIER.
You can tell both of these fighters are exuding confidence as they touch gloves, and here we go.
Todd, I'm going to stay here till the end of the night, because if you're a fight fan like me, this is what I live for.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. Here we go. Frazier's been in so many hellacious battles over the years. The trilogy with Muhammad Ali, his fights against George Foreman. That hook's blocked. The perfect counter lands. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. Trilogy will live forever in boxing lore, but can they add another epic chapter to their story here in this one?
This was called Fight of the Century. We've got to find a name for it. We've got to make it special. Fight of the ages, fight of the planets, fight of the gods, the boxing gods. That's it, the fight of the gods. This is that fight.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Ali in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Slick. Go back and win the round, right? It's only one round of shots. Keep smart. Don't be looking there for one shot.
Here we go, round 2. Who's going to land the first big shot? Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Punch, counter punch. This fighter embodies the cardinal rule of boxing. Hit and don't get hit.
It's a flat-footed fight. If you've got a dancer out there in front of you, you've got to cut him off. Cut the ring off. Make the ring small. Put him on the back foot. Put him under pressure.
There's a counter shot. So much for boxing. This is a fight. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nope, that hook won't score. This fighter is a swarmer. They're like a mosquito that just won't leave you alone, except this mosquito can knock you out with one punch.
You find a swarmer, you've got to protect everything. The body with the elbows, the head with the forearm. You've got to try and push them off balance because they will just stay in your face.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Ali in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
Get out there and switch on. Get this ball. Can't miss it. Great work. Stay focused. Don't aim back into the...
On to the third. How much is left in their tank after last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Swing and a miss with that hook. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Smoking Joe may go. Frazier never one to back off or back down.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Well done with that counter shot. Nice counter shot. Frazier's such a good inside fighter.
You cannot beat a good old-fashioned long jab. Nobody can get past that.
Those counter punches have to hurt. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Ali in that last round. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that.
This is when you talk about championship material.
I need you to focus on what you do. Nice round, good round. I like that. I'm happy. Good man. You're better than this, kid. Go back out there and win the round. Get the shots. Keep smart. Just get him on the end of the jab.
Here we go to the fourth round. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
That hook is parried away. Down goes J.FRAZIER. And as we see it again, there's no way to get up when you get clipped with a shot like that.
I've got to see that again.
One, two, three, four. Visiting, are you okay?
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Need to pick things up here in the second half of the round.
It's that forever hope. Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points up until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
Perfect counter shot. The only fear you have with this heavyweight is has he punched himself out? That hook was off target. Looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round.
I love the response though. Got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
Come on, do you want to win this fight? Have you got complacent? The fight's good work. Don't forget the jab and don't get carried away. Thing in the bag, and now you've let him back into it.
On to the fifth we go. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
J.FRAZIER is in trouble. Never count out smoking J.FRAZIER.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes.
And finally, Muhammad Ali goes down. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, two, three, four, five. Can you continue?
So this was an unexpected turn of events. What happens next?
Gotta waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to party. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in the round.
Halfway through the round, and I think we all know who's winning here.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
The only fear you have with this fighter is has he punched himself out? Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Ali in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
Can make or break a fighter.
Now you've let him back into it. Yes, I like that round. Good round. You feel good? Good man. And win the round. I need you to get back out there. I need you to do it. The gaps will appear. You were thinking. You were smart.
Let's start the 6. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Just missed with that hook. Here's the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
There's a lot on the line here.
I need you to get back out there. I need you to win this round. Great round. Great round. Now relax. Good work there. Boxing, be smart. Get your shots off and don't give him anything. Can't miss him. Great work. Stay focused. Don't let him back into the fight. Great.
Here comes round 7. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
What were they doing that round? Are they trying to get an earning out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in 1. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
A lot of effort being exerted here. He threw a punch and just got countered. His stamina is off the charts. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. To build up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Lucky that hook didn't score. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you had no excuse for gassing out.
Breathe, just get your basics. Just get your rhythm back and then go again.
Get him up, but you'll take him out. He's ready to go. He's absolutely...
There's the bell to start round 8. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close rounds.
His jab just got blocked. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
The stamina is off the charts. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Big whiff with the right hook. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
This is when you talk about championship material.
Switch on, switch on. You've been coasting this fight.
Great work. I love that. I love that. That jab is slick.
Your confidence. But take that confidence away. Go out in the first shots.
Keep smart. Just get him on the end of...
And we enter the night. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
This is the heavyweight division. One punch could end this fight.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Just misses with that jab. A straight right just misses. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tail. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Ali in that last round. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
There's a lot on the line here.
You can't miss it. Great work. Stay focused.
What was that? What are you doing?
Come on, you're switching off. Keep him on the end of that jab. You're getting your timing already. The right hand's beautiful.
Get focused. Get your mind on the job. Get back out there and win the round.
You can't figure it out. Great work. Stay focused. Don't move back into the fight. Don't give him no free shots. Keep smart. Relax now.
We've made it to round 10. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
What are they doing that now? Are they trying to get an early night? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Straight right just misses. They're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
And you've got 2 fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
They exchange punches. Incredible work rate. That jab won't score. Good counter punching. Nice counter shot. His stamina is off the charts. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Some might have thought it was a little bit closer, but in the end, the referees are in a unanimous agreement.
Unanimous. You know what? Smarts that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. Had every round in the bag. There was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.